In this video, one of my members, Carol, shares how she signed up her first 3 members on her monthly subscription. Getting the first 1, 2, 3 members is usually that ultimate milestone that if you achieve it, you get re-energized and you are like, whoa, some people believe in my stuff. And then you go from 3 to 4, 5, 6, and then someday you get to 15, 20, 30, and you have a part-time or a full-time monthly salary from your monthly membership subscriptions. Check into this case study right now where I talk with Carol and she explains how she signed up her first 3 members.
I'm really happy because I just signed my 3rd community member yesterday. So without even opening up my community yet. So conversations work is what I want to say. And not only that, remember I said to you, Primrose, that I wanted the people that I know and work with, I wanted to make sure the value was there for them. So I did sign her up for 197 because I know who my clients are and what they could pay. So I've actually got another person today, Maria, that was like right there as a yes, and she's calling me back today to say yes. So it is conversations. I haven't sent any emails out to my people yet, but that's what I find all I'm committed to for the next like 60 days is the conversations. I think what you said about the 120 people, if I have conversations with people who I've been already in communication with over the years, yeah, I see that as easy for me. And I think it'll also indicate the price range as well, whether I keep it at that in the community, because of my 30 years of expertise, that's where I was saying like the value that they're going to get for one-on-ones to start them off and then move them into the community. See,
very good. Congratulations on your first 3, right?
Yeah.
Can you explain me how did you speak with these 3 people who you signed up with, right? And how did the conversations go?
Okay, so I'm going to speak to the most recent one. So I've been actually speaking with somebody. I actually reached out on LinkedIn. I continually followed up, which I think follow-up is very important. Have them organized in my go high level. The notes are essential, but the follow-up is key. So the last follow I had with this person, I just asked where they were and what they were dealing with. Continued that and had a call yesterday to ask her how she is. And in the middle of that call, she had something major that just happened in her life, and it was impacting her and her husband. And I just listened to everything that they dealt with, and then rephrased that to her. So the predictable future is there's going to be big life events that are going to happen. How do we manage through that? And how do we have a support team around us when we're dealing with that continually while we build our business? And then what she said was, yes, I agree with that. And what was missing for her was structure of a team around her business. So I said, that's one part of this journey. I said, the other part is to take care of yourself. I said, how is it going taking care of yourself? She said, oh, no, I'm not. I told you that was important, but I'm not. And I said, okay, well, I'll tell you what. I said, what I hear is that you're not taking care of your health and your business. You're wanting to do all these things. So then she asked me, she said, well, what do you suggest for me? So I didn't even present the offer. She said, what do you suggest for me? And I said, well, I'll tell you what, here's what I'm going to offer you. But I'm going to offer you my one-on-one coaching because we had talked about a previous offer. And she registered last night. I sent her an email. She's happy. Woke up this morning, said she's very excited. And I set up the onboarding call on Friday. So it's very important for me in all of these scenarios. What I know from my own leadership is the billing is so important to do it on the spot, not to leave it to the next day. People in transformation can change and life can change in an hour. Similarly with the other 2, one was a referral from a client. I got on the Zoom, did an hour Zoom with her, walking her through. I have an introduction that's designed for my program. She went through the introduction. She said she was looking for a life coach. This is exactly what she wanted. Then when we got to the offer, I wanted to get an idea of her budget, what she could do as her budget. I said, well, if you have a budget between, $50 and $100, what would you allocate for coaching? She goes, well, I know you're worth way more than that. And I said, thank you for my acknowledgement of my expertise. I said, but what will work with you in your monthly budget? So I didn't present my fee because while I'm building it, I thought, let me do it this angle. And she came back to me with $50. And I said, okay, great. We'll start at $50.
Per month, right?
So $50 a month. So
Yeah.
yeah, and the one thing that I'm not clear on in Canada, we have taxes. So what I'm now looking at is going, okay, do I give them the price and then just add the tax? That's one question for you.
Probably
I
just
am,
you need to give them the top price and you deal with the tax after, you know. You don't need to get you don't want to say hey it's 50 right now and then you come back to them with 60, you know.
okay, that's
So,
important because
so you
that's
need
a
to
key
know
one.
this for the future. Right now you're gonna now charge them whatever you promised them, but then you pay
Mhm.
tax after, you know, later. Otherwise you need to state that upfront to people, right?
Yeah, no, that's very important because
Yeah.
these are things we come up with as we're doing them. So, my third one, she shared with me that she actually interned for me over 14 years ago, and she just shared with what she was dealing with in life. So I'm a communication leader, so I listen to what people are dealing with. I hear what they say, what they're not saying, and what was missing for her was a structure of accountability and also a place where she could communicate and learn more about her own self-awareness while she's on this journey. She has also shared with me that she's a very big leader who's about to speak in front of police in January 2025 about trauma therapy. And I said, well, I said, that's a bigger game to play. So I work through games with people. I do 90-day experiences and 60-day. I said, well, what if we could create results so that you actually are fully empowered for that presentation in January? You complete all of your healing you need while you're off, put all the structures in your life. So results focus was my conversation. And she said, absolutely. And she said, sign me up today. She was my first member, Stacy. And I said, she
Nice.
was so excited. So she did get the deal of a lifetime. She got the $33 a month. It was just a number that she chose. I said, you know what? You're my first one. You're one of my people from 15 years ago who also was part of my first internships. I said, so let's get you signed up. And she's also very good. She's the one who referred me to her friend. Yeah.
Yeah, so this one was 33, the other one was 50, and the third one?
197.
Oh, so that one was right, bigger one, right? And
And I have another one today for that too. So
yes.
for the
So
same
is
price. Yeah.
so you see now you are talking to quite a few people from the list, referrals, previous people, new
Yeah.
people, right? And if we're just gonna keep talking to a few more, then you're gonna have more conversations and a few more signups, and then creates now your community, your calls, coaching, right, and so on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No,
Yeah.
I wanted my mission for myself was to make sure that I was integrity with all my billing. I know you said one day to me, you got to, put the horse before the cart, the horse, whatever. Because every time I wanted to hit the go button and register, I'm like, oh, I'm sure I got the funds to add this to all my bills. That
So
was the biggest one for me. But
yeah, what
yeah,
was because I've been here with you for a few months and so on.
since
What was
February. Yeah.
yeah, what was the hardest thing for you to feel like you are ready to start signing people up now? Because you know you went through the whole preparation. Hey, when do I actually sign up? The first one, second, or third one, right? What was the
Okay.
challenge, the biggest thing, right? What that you needed to go
So
through?
having been in business for many years, and when I started my first business, I remember what really empowered me was knowing all the technology. So what really empowered me is to make sure that I know my technology. So go high level. It's been challenging, like integrating all of the parts, integrating the notes, the memory, having all my branding redone. So I wanted to make sure that I had the mental awareness of the entire system, because what I do is now empower other team members, my team members, or like what Barb and Alexander are doing, to now do it with me. But I understand the full connection of it. And there's not at any moment, I think, any of my team members, like I'm still mindful of access to my, what do you call it, my accounts and everything, but I'm clear that I've got the structures in place for me. So that was one. And two, delaying the launch when I had an unplanned event in my own life was my own experience. To slow down and just trust the process. And now it's been a month since that, and I'm just talking to people. That's it. I'm
Yeah.
just telling them what I just had to deal with in my life. I still kept it going, and I had the team members still keeping all the other elements in place. And now I'm just having the conversations. I am the person who has the conversations. Nobody else can have that for And I do train my team to have the 100 people list as well. They're all getting results. My interns are getting jobs. And I know that list myself very well. So that's all I'm going to focus on now. It's
Yes,
intentional actions. And then I'll work with you on when we get to what Barb and Alexander was talking about, my emails, just sending out to my list of people.
yes,
So they're all there.
we're gonna work on those technical things. Right? What was the most helpful thing for you as part of this environment here, this community with me and with everyone? What was the most helpful thing for you?
I promised myself consistency and your consistency. There was in a moment that I was gonna, I almost did with the surgery. I was like, should I pause this? And I'm like, no, it's gonna be consistency and discipline every week, showing up, coming on the calls, even when I don't have it figured out or what I know what I'm gonna say. Like try to come and have something prepared. No, I was like, just show up, even if you don't. So that was so important for me to show up. And also, you work at light speed on the sharing of screens. So when you share a screen and you go into my account and you just I'm like, come on, okay. I watch. I'm a visual learner. How fast you do it, so it impacts me how to learn and clean up my bookmarks, how to work in the software, and be patient. When someone's joining a community, there's a lot of respect for it that I have for you, Primos, that you were the demonstration of what it looks like to build a community, not have it all perfect, to keep correcting, to keep improving, to keep building, to keep adding, to change, to update. That's what life is. It's in flow. There's no congruency of it has to be a certain way. And if people can be generous to all of us while we're building something, because the commitment is that we're here to serve. We may not have all the technical, we may not have all the right messaging, but it's very important to be generous when something's in build, because we're all here with the mission to have results. It's not about all the spelling mistakes, the brands, the this, the that. Just let's deliver it and have people get results, like the 20 members a month, and live like a good lifestyle. That's it.
Right. Yeah, you see, very nice. So consistency and showing up, and so that's why I mean, for myself, I'm trying to just always be here, right? So and then you just need to show up, and we are all here. And I understand that I cannot stop doing this. I need to keep doing this for a month, for 3 months, for 7 months, for a year, for two, right? And that's how you get there wherever you want to go. If you just are present for yourself and for the mini community that you're building, because it takes time, right? So let's not give up and let's just keep building, like you said. And yeah, we're gonna get there. Thank you, Carol, for sharing.
You're welcome. Structure and team. Yeah. So
Yeah,
thank you.
and all of these things. We'll do more things now, but yeah, thank you so much and congratulations on the first few, which is an important sign that you're on a certain track and the right track, and we'll see what's next now. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Lots of investment of time in this. So absolutely. So.